Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Rangers Shadows of Almia. In the last episode, we went to the Ranger, where we went to Outro Inc., learned some stuff about that, and we're gonna go help out with the Gigaremo meeting at the Ranger Union here. Wait, what were you saying, Murph? Memories of, oh yeah, your Ranger days, and your cool Ranger pose, and you're just kind of a dork. Cool! So, the Ranger Union, though. We're here at the Ranger Union. And, thank you, fellow Ranger, by the way. So, welcome to the Ranger Union. This episode, we're going to help out. Barlow asked us to bring a Pokemon that can break a red Gigaremo, which we have in Marital, and we're going to go ahead and do some demonstrations for the Rangers around the world. So, professional work mode, Murph's done goofing off. The conference room is on the second floor, so we'll take the escalator up there and do that. And, yeah, so this guy, everyone seems to be a bit upset about the thugs going around here. What's up, lady? Actually, I would love you to recharge my styler because I need more health back. So there we go. We're back to full HP. It's always a good time. Anyone else around here? Hey, who are you? You're working hard. Good to know. So, it's the lobby. Second floor is the conference room. We also have the reference room and the research room, and then the operation room is the third floor, and the rooftop is the Tree of Harmony. We'll do some exploration of this ranger base along the way. So let's head to the conference floor and see what's going on up there. So, are we lucky? Yes, we are! Thank you for expecting us. That's actually that Nage guy that we're talking about, or whoever his name is. But we're gonna go ahead, head to the conference room, which is really cool, actually. They have a floor TV! The entire TV is a floor, the entire floor is a TV. The entire TV is a floor. I guess it kind of works both ways. Anyway, Barlow notices that we're here. This is, hey, a prize rookie. Oh, he thinks we're cool. Yay. So, well, we did figure out how Gigaremos can be stopped, so we're pretty awesome. So, show us how to stop the Gigaremo. It's a red one, so, we need one that, there's actually is a Pokemon that can use Soak in the building, so if you don't have a Marital, you can actually find one later on. They built this one out of the parts that they from before, and this is the Union headquarters. Thank you. That's Chairperson Emma. She's the head. She's basically the leader of the Rangers in entirety. Professor Hastings is the researcher. Wendy, as you remember from last time, or from a couple times ago, she's one of the top Rangers in the world. So the Flying Ranger. We got the scientist here, and we just got a bunch of rookies here. So, well, we have a pretty good mechanic apparently. An industrial vacuum cleaner. This isn't Luigi's Mansion. And yeah, so Gigaremo threats seem to be occurring more and more often. Well, we actually have Pokemon with Soak already, so we're gonna go ahead and soak this thing and take care of that pretty easily. So, but Barrel uses Soak, breaks the machine, demonstrates how to destroy it. I mean, it's pretty basic. Use a Pokemon with Soak. It's not that hard. You could just, did you really need a demonstration? You just want more explosions, didn't you? So, they can be ruined by doing that. We're basically showing the world, this is basically the meaning where we're like, hey world, hey Rangers, go out, go forth, destroy all the Gigaremos, because they're evil. We've started a war of Team Dim Sum. The war between Rangers and Dim Sum has begun. So, all Gigaremo's units can be destroyed. Let's get the word out. Let's, like I said, begin this war against the machines. So these two drag it out of the way. Seems pretty heavy. I mean, they seem to be using their feet and not their arms, so that probably doesn't help. Anyways, it didn't hypnotize any Pokemon in the building because he actually, well, he's going to show us on the underfoot monitor. That thing's just so cool. I mean, they do it obviously so that the player can see because it's the top-down perspective, but still. Although, can you imagine being in a meeting when you're standing in a meeting, you have to look down to see everything, like the floor is the TV? I'm not sure if that would work really well. That'd be really cool, though, but would it be practical? Who knows? Anyways, that small black stone was taken out. That's the thing that's been hypnotizing the Pokemon. So the machine only just helps. The machine's just a casing. The stone embodies some mysterious power that can hypnotize the Pokemon. So what is this strange black stone that was inside the machine? Well, that's the big question of the day. So that's what we're going to have to find out eventually. Anyways, we're going to destroy these Gigaremo. There's no other way of dealing with them right now. We don't know what the black stone is. We don't know how to stop it overall. So what we can do now is destroy the machines, and the area rangers are going to go ahead and stamp them all out. Pretty exciting. So, and eventually they'll figure out the black stone and, try to find a way to stop Dim Sum. There's a lot of work for us rangers now. Things are getting interesting. So we have a couple questions to answer. I'm not sure what happens if you answer wrong, but, oh well. Were they conducting an experiment? Yes, they were in Pueltown. Did they take off by boat? Well, yes, they certainly did. Was it yellow Gigaremo? Yep, it was actually yellow one, because that's the only one we haven't destroyed yet, because we need Crush for that. And nope, you cannot be befriended if they are hypnotized. So, all yes to all the questions. I don't really know if it matters if you say no or yes. It probably doesn't matter at all. I didn't actually look that up. I don't want to say no. I like being honest. I like being the honest, good person. So, Almia's peace is threatened, but she's not scared. We're here to safeguard the people, the environment, and the Pokemon. We're going to protect Almia from this threat. Ranger base is pretty cool. Anyways, he has something to discuss with Professor Hastings, so let's go ahead and introduce ourselves to Union HQ, and they'll be in the research room, so we'll go ahead and, if you want to progress the plot, basically, you can go on to the next day by doing that. You say the same things as before, you three can just stay here forever for all I care. So, hey, you're a person. Well met! Just reminds me of Hearthstone every time I hear that phrase from now on. So let's just go ahead and go through all the rooms. If we want to get the barrel, by the way, the barrel is right here. It is capturable. So that's where you would go if you didn't have a barrel when you entered the building. It's the reference room. It's pretty much the lounge, essentially. So it's for Pokemon archaeology. What are these things over here? We can't like see. There's all these strange little contraptions around here and interesting. What about this? Ooh, there's a TV. There's a TV for the fine styler. We don't have a fine styler yet. We just have a normal styler. Will we get a fine styler someday? Well, we'll see. Anyway, the research room is over here. Hey, it's you! It's the Hastings research room. Well, he is the head professor, obviously. Makes sense. So these two are having a discussion about the Black Stone and cracking the mystery of what it is. And the Rangers will deal with it. Do we want the blah 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 exhausted? Do we head up to the next day? So basically he says that the Union will take us in for the night. We're going to stay at the Union. But we'll do that next episode. We're not going to do that now. So you're wondering, well, what are we going to do for the rest of this episode? Well, there's a reason for it. Also, apparently there's another researcher out in the field doing something. I don't think we've met him yet. I can't think of a researcher we've met yet. So... And Isaac works for Outru. He's not a ranger professor, he's an Outru professor. Which is different. Anyways, this is the operation room. This is kind of the command center of the Ranger Union. You can see here we have Chairperson Emma, who's repeating the same thing that she said before. I'm not intimidated, this place is cool! Wendy, once again, saying the same thing, that you're boring. And we have, like, the head operators. We have, like, the leading operators in the world, this giant monitor tracking the locations of all the Rangers. So these are the people who send us our power-up data when we complete the missions, by the way. This is Linda. She's also an operator. Kind of a... Well, okay, thank you. Hey, Spencer! I'm pretty sure that's a reference to the first game. Spencer is the guy from the first game, right? Yeah. He was our leader back in the first game. Good old green-haired Spencer. Screw the rules, I have green hair! Screw the rules, I can progress. I can transition the gap between games. And this is the Tree of Harmony. You can imagine the Tree of Harmony probably is going to mean something later on. But, for now, it doesn't. So you guys are probably wondering, well, it's only been 9 minutes. What are we going to do for the rest of this episode? Well, the answer is quests! Because look at this, we actually have 1, 2, 3 quests. One of them actually with Brooke. So we have 3 quests to take care of, and that's going to be the remainder of this episode. So, as you can see, the 2 of them were in, both of them are in Pueltown. Actually, all 3 of them, are in Pueltown. So, what I'm going to do is make the trek back to Pueltown. We're going to backtrack all the way there and take care of some quests, and then we'll come back here, because they actually come back here to progress. We can't go back home and stay over in Pueltown or stay over in Vientown for the night. We have to come all the way back here to progress the plot, because that's how it works. Anyways, it's a long walk back. I'm going to cut to where, to when we get to Pueltown. Alright, so we are back here at, well, we're still in Ultra Park technically, but we're back here in Pueltown where Brooke is here, and he has a mission for us. He's gonna do a small favor while we're on patrol. Can we go visit his mother? That's literally the entire quest, just visiting his mother. Yeah, well, why not, Brooke? We can help you out. I mean, you kind of were a pain in the butt getting your key lost, but hey, whatever. So, we're gonna go ahead and visit Brooke's mother, and that'll be actually a quest we can take care of to get some easy, stat boosts. So, hey, I'm not complaining, a quest is a quest! So, we're gonna go ahead and visit Brooke's mother. She's over to the, the east section of town, so we're gonna have to kind of take the long way around, because unfortunately you can't really, well, we have to, as in the long way, we have to go this way, that's right. But, unfortunately you can't access the east side from, like, the upper part, which is weird. Kind of weird town design, although it's kind of designed that way for obvious reasons, namely because that's how the whole Pueltown mission worked. But if we want to visit Brooke's mother, she's actually in the house. Hey, there's old people. Hello, old people. Old people! Arrangers? Arrangers. And the All True Corporation. Old people and your inability to understand words. It's kind of funny. Anyways, sneaky people wearing black outfits, that would be the dim sum people. So, anyway, Brooke's mother is in this area, so hello, we're doing patrols, we're keeping you some company, getting involved, but she's gonna ask us to rest, and give us a little bit of a story. So, it's story time, yeah! An old folktale of the Almia region. So, this is actually interesting, some kind of backstory in the history of Almia, which actually is kind of relevant to the game, you'll see. It's very interesting. I love the lore of this game. It's somewhat interesting. Anyway, an old king that ruled over Almia, who had 3 boys, 3 princes. The king was kindly and thought of peace, but unfortunately, the boys, not so much being young. They ended up fighting each other, and the king, upset by all this, banished the princes. 1 to a volcano, 1 to a desert, and 1 was allowed to stay in the castle. So, the last child can't claim the castle as his home, but the king, once kind, was so upset that he just became bitter and angry, and fell into darkness, essentially, and summoned forth the darkness in the world. Wait, what? What? Wait, you can't leave this little cliffhanger there? That's just rude! There's so many variations of what happened, but all we know is there was a king and 3 princes, and darkness from the king. An interesting story that you should keep in mind throughout this game. Anyways, we visited her, and kind of get the little look back there, but that's actually it for the mission. But an interesting mission because it gives us some interesting backstory that I have to keep in mind for the future. So that's a quest clear, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves some more styler modification power. So here we go, power of data. What are we going to get? We are going to get something awesome. I forget what we get though. Flying defense. Well, we could have used that earlier when I was getting destroyed by birds, but flying defense. So now I take 3 less damage from flying attacks. I'm okay with this. That is okay with me. Anyways, 2 more quests to do. Both of them in Pueltown. Let's go grab one of them. We're actually gonna grab the one to the right over here. So we're gonna head, or not to the right, down here. Because one's in the harbor and one's over here. Both of these are actually people we talked to before who hinted at their quest lines. The first one being over here with the couple that was arguing about the Eevee. So as you can imagine, we might have a quest related to that. The son and his wife, they argue. They're not a very good couple, unfortunately. They fight so much. Now they upset their Eevee. How can you upset an Eevee? Oh my god, you're horrible people! Horrible people! So the Eevee deemed their domestic dispute disgusting and departed our domicile. Well, aren't you just a wordy old man? So unfortunately now instead of fighting the Eevee, they bicker about it. And the old man's just like, you know what? Let's just go get the Eevee ourselves. So we're gonna go find the Eevee. The Eevee likes the sea breeze, so it's actually a hint to go to the harbor, as you can imagine. So we'll be doing just that. On sea to the harbor. So the harbor is where the Eevee's at, as obviously what it said. So as you imagine, it's gonna be in that section that you kind of have to go the long way around to get, as in like right before the ledge here. So it's actually right up this ledge, so you have to literally take the super long way around. So we head up here, head to the right, and we just kind of do a loop-de-loop around this way, and so on and so forth. So Rattata, stop Rattata, please. Don't want to deal with you again. You're annoying already. Stupid jittery Rattatas. But yep, the Eevee is really literally right up here up the ledge, so we just have to take the long way around, and we get ourselves an Eevee. Yeah, Eevee, what are you doing? Oh, you're tackling me. Well, you hurt me. Darn you, Eevee. I was expecting to tackle more diagonal. It kind of was more downwards, and it kind of threw me off there. Well played, Eevee. Well played. Unfortunately, if you take no damage, it'll still consider that you took damage, even if you don't actually take damage, in terms of the reward for the bonus experience for not taking damage, if that makes sense. So, if you get hit, even if you haven't lost HP, it'll still count as taking damage against that bonus experience. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, right? Anyways, we have the Eevee. That's literally all we need to do for the quest, so let's go return the quest, and we will have one more quest to do. This final one's going to be a bit more lengthy, though, but I'll be able to cut out a lot of the travel time for it, because it's going to take us to a certain place that we've been to recently, but you'll see. Anyway, turn the quest. We got ourselves our Eevee back. Eevee, you're okay. And yes, stop fighting. You should thank me. I saved your Eevee. Unfortunately, it's not so easy to stop fighting, so, yeah, they're arguing about how to thank us, which is annoying. And this little man's like, Eevee, you know what? I'm gonna take care of you. We're leaving. We'll leave these two to bicker forever. Remember, kids, it's not worth it bickering nonstop with your significant other. Don't do it. You'll hurt the Eevees! You don't want to hurt the Eevees, do you? Don't hurt the Eevee. What did Eevee ever do to you? Don't fight. You'll upset Mom. Actually, this is the perfect time. Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting! Anyways. So, bonus power-up data. I believe this is ground defense, I want to say? Nope, steel defense. I'm pretty sure the other one we're going to get is ground defense, if I remember correctly, because we actually get to defend against both types that we haven't encountered yet, which I will show off the experiences. I will show off the things at some point, but as you've seen, we haven't found any ground or steel-type Pokemon to really use, so I'll show them off probably next episode, because that's when we'll start encountering them. Anyways, that's not how it works. How about you just limit your fights to never? But no, they're going for a once-a-week fight. I'm talking to a science instead of a woman. So, yeah, save the Eevee. Mommy, Daddy, stop fighting. Anyway, the final quest we have to take care of is over to the east here, and it will involve, well, another bunch of people we talked to who hinted at a sort of quest of the future. So, we're heading to the harbor, and we actually didn't run into them on the way to the Eevee. They're actually off to this side over here. That's right, it's these two fishermen. So, we talked to this guy, and so we have a bit of a thing to help. He caught a Lumineon, but the guy over here won't believe him. Because, I mean, he's been fishing here long before he was born. Well, he hasn't ever seen a Lumineon. So, does Lumineon exist? We're going to have to go out under the sea and actually find the Lumineon by hand, I guess. Which is a little strange. So, all we need to do is get a Lumineon. We don't have to bring it back. We just have to get a Lumineon in our browser, and that'll be good enough proof. So, mission, hunt down Lumineon. So you have to wonder, how do you get back to the Pure Sea? Well, you head in here, and you'll find, basically, anytime we have to take a boat anywhere, a sailor will show up here, who will take us out there. So, his name's Captain Pure Sea, because he takes us to the Pure Sea. Very clever names. The names are always about where they're going to be going. Also, the colors kind of coordinate to it as well. You'll see when we get more of them. The colors are kind of coordinated to let you know where they go. But Captain Pure Sea takes us to the Pure Sea, off on the ocean route. And, well, we're here. Let's go back into the ocean. Now, you can find Lumineon basically at the same place you find Sharpedo, which means we literally have to traverse the entire way back there, and I'm not going to waste your guys' time by showing off the entire route back there. You know how to get back. It's basically the same route we took in the entire last 2 episodes ago, except all the things that we've cut are still cut, so we don't have to deal with that. So, I will meet you guys when I get to the end section, that loop-de-loop place where we had to chase the Sharpedo. Alrighty, so we're here at the section here with the Sharpedo, and it does actually still have a Sharpedo here, so we're actually going to capture the Sharpedo because it actually is a useful assist power for later. As you saw, I think it was a Crush 4. So we're going to capture the Sharpedo, but the Lumineon should be around here as well. So, where's Lumineon? As you can see, there's other Pokemon in the way now as well, including a fucking Staryu! Staryu, please! You do it, you. Whatever. Capture. Stop. Get out of the way. Staryu. I had another Staryu that ran to me on the way here, but I'll get rid of that one and just keep this one, because this one will then be in our party and not in our way. It's really annoying. Alright, so basically the capture... Oh, nope, we have 2 of them now. Well, that's fine. Basically, we have to capture Lumineon the same way as we capture Sharpedo by using the currents to catch up to it. In fact, it's right there, actually, so... Just the same deal as before. We just kind of have to rush it and try to get them both. We can get one of them here at least. Come on, which one are we gonna get? Oh, come on, we missed them both. Come on. Okay, we're getting closer, getting closer. So yeah, I'm gonna try to capture both of these guys, because it is handy to have a Sharpedo. Oh, we're so close, come on. Come on, we're gonna get one now here. Boom! Got the Lumineon this time. So, yay for Lumineon. We're gonna go ahead, and it shoots a bunch of bubbles like this, so careful to dodge them, which I didn't do. This one's a bit tough because its attack takes so long that it'll actually recharge if you don't, its attacks take so long that it'll start to lose, that one you can actually loop around. But if you don't, if you're not careful, it'll actually get its HP back while you're busy, waiting for it. So you can see it got a lot, it just recovered most of its HP really quickly. So you have to, especially in this phase, you have to really make sure you get a circle in like that. And then really gun it to get it like that. So you have to get a circle in pretty much during that bubble phase, the second bubble phase, because otherwise it'll recover its HP pretty easily during the first bubble phase, and you'll really struggle to capture it. So it's definitely the first tough Pokemon to capture. Also, we had enough loops where we got a bonus for it. That's kind of sad. Anyways, it's also a Crush 2, so we don't need a Crush 2. We don't need a Staryu, so we're going to get rid of that Staryu, because that Staryu is not in this area. The other one is. Because I want room for a Sharpedo. So let's go ahead and try to get the Sharpedo as well. Just for funsies, because it's helpful to have the Sharpedo. It's not really helpful, but it does save a little bit of time. I remember having the Sharpedo in my inventory last game, and it did eventually come in handy. Because eventually you will need something that has 4 Crush in the sea. So having the Sharpedo now does help. Hopefully he won't take forever and a half to capture, because he's kind of being a pain in the ass to catch up to right now. Okay, get around the corner, get in there. So close, so close. There we go. Got it. So that's Sharpedo. We'll go ahead and add him to our inventory as well. Kind of does the same thing as before. He rushes around and got to go fast. Ow. Please stop. Please don't hurt me. It's annoying. He's going to go for the bites. He's going to bite in this direction now, so get enough loop room. He's going to do a charge. And there we go. Man, I did really good that time. It just kind of, I took hits beforehand because I was dumb. Not quite enough to level up yet. We'll level up next time. So, that's how you get the Sharpedo. Oh, we actually need room for a Mantine as well, because as you can see, it doesn't automatically take us back. We have to go back the long way. So, I guess, you know what, I'll actually show the way back, because we haven't had to go back before. So, I will go ahead and do that. First of all, you need a Mantine. So, we'll replace the Staryu with the Mantine. We don't really need a Staryu. Actually, we don't really need the Lumineon for that matter, because we have a 4 Crush. We don't really need a 2 Crush. Then again, Staryus are easier to get, so I'm going to keep the Lumineon anyway, because it's cooler, and I'm fairly sure it doesn't matter. Oh, we did level up. Well, there we go. Now we don't have to worry about having to go heal anymore. So yeah, screw you, Staryu. I want to keep this Lumineon because that thing was a pain in the ass to get. Alright, so let's go ahead. You take a ride on the Mantine, and the way you get back is you just head up this way, and you dock in that place I showed you the first time we went through this area. You dock right here, and this will take you a shortcut back to the beginning. So that's how you do that. Get out of here, Mantine. I am stuck. There we go. I was definitely stuck on that little corner for a moment there. And then we rush forward over here and head up this way, and the end should be over here. So that's how you get out of the Pule Sea, if you ever need to. You head over here. And actually, I guess I get to show up the cutscene that happens when you head back, because we didn't have that happen either. So just navigate through all the Pokemon here, eventually make it up to this white light, and that is the way out. And thus, we leave the Pule Sea, and we head back to Pueltown, where we can turn on our quest and call this a video. So that's cool. So we head back, and this has ended up being a longer episode than I intended it to be, but that's okay. He's the captain to sea. It's the funniest little pun. It's the Pule Sea. He's the captain to sea. Sea World. Anyway, that's a little silly. So let's go ahead, turn this quest. Ha! As you see, we do have the Lumineon after all. So he climbed up. He's ignoring this request, and the quest is actually kind of fun. So thank you, sir. So we get our final power-up data for the day, and we can call it a video from there. So what do we get? What do we get? We get a really long... This happens every time. It takes forever. You could just be like, you get this! It doesn't have to be like this long thing every time. Yeah, oh, not ground defense, it's rock defense. Okay. So we get steel defense and we get rock defense. So it cuts damage from rock attacks by 3. That one's actually really handy to have for the future, so get that one for sure. Having extra rock defense will be helpful. Unfortunately, they still think they're still competing. Hey, it's always nice to have a rival, right? Anyways, so that's all the quests we can do. As you can see, I'll go ahead and load up the quest meter. We have taken care of every single quest we can do at the current moment. So, I'm going to meet you guys back at the Union HQ, where we're going to end the episode and call it a day. So, I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, I'm back at the Ranger Union. Hey, Murph's over here. How's it going, Murph? Murph, stop talking so I can talk to Murph. We should saunter casually through the HQ building. Remember, saunter casually. Well, let's saunter casually upstairs so we can end the episode. So everyone, this is LuckySevenDX signing out. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and see where the plot takes us after we stay the night here at the Ranger HQ. And, well, we'll see what Barlow wants to do with us next. So that's the plan. Once again, signing out. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia. Bye-bye.